Hey guys, so I haven't actually officially been tagged, but I've unofficially been tagged by Mood616. He just said, just do it anyway if you don't get tagged, because I love this sort of stuff. So this is the horror movie tag, and I've got all my questions written down, so sorry if I have to keep looking at it. But yeah, so we'll start with question one. Question number one, favourite movie, or favourite horror movie I should say. It used to be Ginger Snaps, it still is, but I've got to say Adam Green's Hatchet, even with the poster behind me. There you go. Yeah, Hatchet, just like, I really have to say that's got to be my most favourite movie now. I don't even know why. I love the whole thing. I think maybe the concept is just very, maybe not original, but it kind of is, you know, the whole take on the slasher thing, but doing it in a very modern way, in a very funny way. Keeping the comedy and the horror separate as well is very obvious, even though they say it in the extras. You can see that. You know, Kane Hodder, and it's got a bunch of other people that I love as well. Yeah, I've got to say Hatchet's probably got to be my favourite. Question number two, favourite screen queen is going to have to be Danielle Harris. I just have a thing for Danielle Harris. I think maybe because Halloween 4 and 5 are my favourites of the franchise, and I think she's a really good actress anyway. I've seen quite a lot of her other stuff. She's kind of pint-sized screen queen, and she's really pretty as well. I like her. I like Danielle Harris. Favourite subgenre used to be vampires. It's definitely found footage now. I love found footage. It gets so much hate. Why does found footage get so much hate? I love found footage. VHS is probably going to have to be the king of all found footage movies as far as I'm concerned. Not Blair Witch, people, it's VHS. Yeah, every found footage movie that I've seen, even the really low budget ones, you know, like episode 50, things like that, recut. I mean, they suck because they're crap, but they still interest me enough because they're found footage. Just got a lot of love for the genre. Worst subgenre, it's gonna have to be zombies. I don't even dislike zombie movies that much, but I think I watch them the least, and I don't own very many zombies over other subgenres. I've never even seen half of the kind of Day movies. I've seen, like, is it Day or is it whatever, the Romero movies. I've seen Dawn of the Dead. I didn't watch the remake. I've never seen Day of the Dead. I've never seen, is it Die of the Dead? I just don't really watch them. I think the reason why I'm not too keen on them is because I have a slight fear that a zombie apocalypse might happen one day. Like, I know it's not going to happen, but it would really scare, like, that's something that would really scare me. Like, 28 Days Later, Shaun of the Dead, that kind of thing. That freaks me out because I genuinely think that one day we're going to all kill ourselves with some stupid virus that was meant to be a cure for something. We're going to create something that's just going to take us out. If it's not a natural disaster, we're just going to do it to ourselves. So zombie movies kind of freak me out because I just think, shit, how the hell would I survive if that happened in real life? Okay, next question. Question number 5. If you were a screen queen, who would you be and why? Now, I've already said Danielle Harris, so I'm going to pick Heather Langenkamp. I don't know if you can really class her as a screen queen. What does constitute a screen queen? I think maybe you should be in at least like 3 or 4 horror movies to class yourself. I'm not really quite sure how many she's been in, really. I really just know her from, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street, but I really like Heather Langenkamp, and she is classed as a screen queen technically, so therefore I would be her, and I just really like her. I think she's a really nice woman, and she's my favourite of all the Freddy victims anyway. Okay, 6. Favourite horror villain and why? Oh, it's Freddy Krueger, obvious. I love Freddy Krueger, oh my god! I freaking love Freddy Krueger. Why didn't I get my box set down? I don't know. But yeah, the whole franchise and just him, he's amazing. I think because obviously there's kind of like an unholy trinity. You've got Michael, Jason, and Freddy. You know, I mean, I know there's like people like Leatherface and all that, but they're kind of the top 3 because they have, I think they have the biggest franchises in general. I mean, I know you've got like Saw, but these came from like the 80s, you know. So they all kind of came about at the same time, and you know, Jason and Michael don't speak, and they rely very much on their body count and whatnot. But Freddy talks, and he's maniacal, and he's got a maniacal laugh, maniacal mind, and he just fucking loves it, you know? I mean, it's okay saying that they love it, but he does love it, because he tells us all the time. It's interesting because obviously he has much more creative ways of killing people than just using a machete or a knife, which is fine, but, you know, it's much more interesting to watch in my opinion. So, hell yeah, Freddy Krueger all the way. Okay, worst horror villain and why. I picked 2, but I will go with my top out of the 2. I was going to pick Leatherface from, you know, Texas Chainsaw 2. Because, come on, really? Just that whole, on the, on the bridge. But I'm picking Credence from Troll 2. Because, I just don't get her. She's just so shit as a villain. When she goes in there and she's like, your daughter is appetizing, and just every line out of her gob is just this weird over exaggeration of everything, and I'm evil, and she's so not. Oh, and that corn scene, let's just not bother. Credence, yeah, from Troll 2. Worst horror film and why. Easy. Demon Cop. I've already done a video on this ages ago. Yeah, there's quite a few that could almost topple this one, but Demon Cop all the way. This film fucking sucks. I fell asleep 4 times trying to watch this shit to review. Oh, but I love it the most because it's in my collection. I don't know anyone that's got this in their collection. I really don't. I'd love to know a fellow Demon Cop owner. That would be great. And if not, haha, look, I've got a DVD that you don't have. Okay, next question. Number 9, most overrated horror film. Okay, once again I picked 2. I was going to go with The Beyond. It's really, really overrated. I still can't tell you what happens, and I've seen it. Well, I've kind of seen it like 3 times. I can't even remember what happened. I don't even remember actually watching it, and I did. Like, the first time I fell asleep. Like 5 times. The second time, I think I got halfway through before I just had to get it out of my DVD player. The third time, I know for a fact that I watched it all the way. I have no idea what happens in it. I can't even describe to you. The only thing I can tell you that happens in this movie is at some point, some random woman gets some acid poured on her face for about 25 fucking minutes. Her kid sees it. Instead of leaving the room, she stands there and watches it the whole time, and then she ends up blind or something. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't even know what the hell was going on. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't actually give you my top one. I pipped it to the post with Paranormal Activity, just to say the whole lot's overrated. The film sucks. All of them. Don't get me wrong. Great idea. Found footage. Love it. Couple of scares. Love it. Couple of scares. That's the whole movie. I don't understand how all of them fit. I don't understand how Paranormal Activity became this massive fucking franchise. Yeah, like, how the hell did they even make more after the first one? I get that they followed the story on, but what? Like, no! Sucked. Okay. What horror is underrated? Yep, easy. Cabin in the Woods. I'm not sure how underrated this really is, but I really don't see many people talking about it. I don't see many reviews on it. I know there's probably loads, but it kind of just came and went. And I want to talk about it more, because Cabin in the Woods was probably the most epic film I've ever seen in the cinema. I mean, it's holographic as well, but you can't see it. Yeah, I mean, I actually clapped like a twat in the cinema. Like, I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but, you know, like, there's kids and they're in a cabin right when they kind of find out the deal and they go into the whole, you know, thing that we've been looking at for an hour and a half at this point, and they, you know, they let them all out. Let's just say that. They let them all out. I fucking clapped. And I was sitting there going, wow, that's so amazing. And my ex-boyfriend at the time was looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, that's amazing. That's just the best plot thing ever. And I really, I love this film. Yeah, so Cabin in the Woods, totally underrated. Do you like spoof horror movies? Yes. I like spoof movies in general. And I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I think I must have been about 13 when Scary Movie came out, and I thought it was the best thing that had ever happened. Because I know there's been spoof movies, you know, in the past, but I think because it was so current and it drew from a lot of very current films, and it was done on quite, I mean, I guess it was done on quite a big budget in a way, you know, it was very clean, it wasn't crappy looking, there had, you know, some decent effects here and there, like taking on the Matrix and whatnot. But yeah, I think because it was so current and aimed at, you know, teens in a way, that I just really thought it was the most amazing thing ever. And the second one was just as good. Third one was alright. We won't talk about the rest of them. But yeah, since then, spoof movies, you know, I do like them, especially when they're horror. I need to see a haunted house. I have to. Okay, number 12. Favourite horror film series. Freddy Krueger, obviously. Nightmare on Elm Street series. The whole lot. I don't give a shit what people say about 5, 6, whatever. I don't care. They're brilliant, all of them. I love them. Okay. Name 13 horror villains / movies. I've got villains. Ready? Victor Crowley from Hatchet. Leslie Vernon from the Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon. Freddy Krueger, obviously. I wanted to pick ones that weren't too well known, but Freddy's definitely on there. Tarman. Definitely Tarman. You've got to love a bit of Tarman. The Tall Man from Phantasm. I've got the Phantasm box set, and even though the fourth one sucked, Tall Man's fucking epic. Jesse from Near Dark. Lance Henriksen at one of his best roles. Patrick Bateman, obviously, from American Psycho. Frank from Blue Velvet. Hardcore or what? Oh my god, every time I see that, he just gets more fucked up in my head. Ricky from Silent Night, Deadly Night. Garbage Day. Yeah, I can't do the eyebrow thing. Giorgio from Castle Freak. If you haven't seen Castle Freak, go watch it. Jeffrey Combs. Oh, Giorgio's one sick motherfucker. Chucky. Chucky scared the shit out of me through most of my life, and he still continues to do it. The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Oh, that tongue thing's disgusting. And Chop Top. Chop Top's amazing. Still can't watch Chop Top, I really can't. It just grosses me out. Was that 13? I'm just going to say it was 13. Okay. What horror film represents horror for you? Well, obviously this is an opinion, you know. For me, if it represents horror, it's either going to be a natural disaster film, you know, something that obviously we don't think is going to happen but could, like The Knowing, some flares, you know, something like that. Or it's going to be something with a lot of splatter in it, you know, a lot of guts and gore, like The Evil Dead. I can't watch the second half of The Evil Dead anymore because there's too much just gunk everywhere. Martyrs, something like that, you know, something quite just gruesome, you know, yeah, something like that. And number 15, favourite remake. I was going to go with The Blob because I love The Blob. I think it's a great remake. But I was reminded of 13 Ghosts. And I started thinking about it. I thought, actually, I guess that is the better remake because, you know, the original one's good. But the remake just really took it to a new level with the ghosts and, you know, the house and just them in general. I mean, obviously the first one was black and white, but yeah, they really took it in a good direction, the remake, and it's very worth watching. I think it's a brilliant film, really, really good. So yeah, that was my horror movie tag. Apparently I'm supposed to add my own question. I don't know what question I was going to ask, but I guess, what horror movie would you like to star in, and do you think you could survive it? Something like that. I guess for me it would be, well, it wouldn't be 28 Days Later, let's put it that way, because I've just shit myself and died in the first 5 minutes. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to tag Mr. Snickers 21. Every time I see your tag name, I want to call you Mrs. Knickers. I can't help it, I'm sorry, but I'm going to assume it's not Mrs. Knickers. Mr. Snickers 21 and Creature Feature 1313 Jordan. Okay, so that was my horror movie tag, and I'll see you soon. Bye.